overlay. No, I don't even know what that means. So, okay. Well, look at that. Okay, adventure awaits. This live stream's way better. Okay, so you guys, Kitco 98. Bottom line is, we're gonna hit 100. That'll probably be now, today, tonight. Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh yeah, I got a fancy desk. I'm gonna stand up. Because standing up is better. Why? I don't know. I just feel like standing up is better. Oh, that's a bright light over there. Let's turn that way. Okay. All right. So I'll put that up there. What in the? Oh, that's from. Okay, that's the fan thing. Got it. All right. GSP4X. Foreign exchange, huh? That's a ballsy move. Foreign exchange is a great way to lose a lot of money really fast. Silver will hit 100 during your live. There's a very good chance of that, yeah. I'm going to say, let's see. Damn, I need more screens. More screens. Oh, I broke my computer. That's not good. Wow, YouTube really makes me look like I'm 100 fucking years old. I'm not. I'm not 100. I promise. Well, happy birthday. January 22nd. You and DJ Jazzy Jeff. No, I didn't just make that up. That's actually a true statement. So silver's going to hit 100. Everybody that has been listening to my live streams for the last 5 years knows I've been saying that it's going to go ripping. You turn English. No, I just like the I like the Peaky Blinders. Yeah, makes what the hell are you talking about? Makes me look old. What? All right, I've got a cure for that. Yeah, it's a little intermission now. You can just stare at the background. There. That's better. There we go. I think that maybe. No. I'm trying. Could go up 150 soon. Yes, it absolutely will. That's why you need to call me tomorrow. I spotted you. Call me. I know you've been thinking about it. You've been talking about it. It's time to do it before it hits 110, which will be next week on my birthday. Yes, that is a Mayan calendar. And I want you to understand something about Mayans. They ran out of room, and that's why it ended in 2012. They needed to make it bigger, but apparently they just didn't have time. They were busy doing something else, so they just said, well, fuck it. Let's just end it in 2012. That'll be the funniest practical joke we ever played on somebody 1,000 years in the future. Not funny. I actually took that shit seriously. Not so seriously that I got a bunker and lived in it, but nice. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, I thought, well, maybe the Mayans, they did predict a full eclipse of the sun over Mexico City, and they were only 2 hours off, and they predicted it 1,600 years before it happened. Holy shit. Now, that's some precision you don't see every day. Like, that's not the kind of precision that you normally see. More than one ingestion is using your primary URL. Send one stream to the primary ingestion URL and to the, what the fuck are they talking about? What does that mean? Help me, Jesus. I don't know what a one ingestion. That's what it's saying. It's saying error. More than one Wait, there are people on here though. Hi, Gary. I see three, but I only see two in the comments. Oh, that's because I'm retarded. You don't have to comment. Um, Esther, how are you? Hi there. Good. How high will silver go? To the moon. At apogee, of course, not perihelion. Woo! That's some nerd shit right there. I just pulled on you. Yeah, I am outstanding. Yes, they inherited from the Olmec, and the Olmec, and I think the Aymara Indians way down in South America. But Olmec means old ones, and they're the ones that left those 60-ton round heads with the flat noses that look either very Polynesian or perhaps even African. Which a lot of anthropologists don't like that idea. It's like, no, 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 he couldn't have been black people here. We were here first. No, we weren't. Actually, the Asians were here first. Although there's some debate now about Solutreans. Solutreans coming over here 12,000 years ago. So you just never know. You just never know. But I do know this. There's a lot going on in anthropology and archaeology, and it's outstanding. It is awesome. And I think that based on how fast it's moving now, once we get AI involved and we get all these old schmucks, these Victorian idiots who do things like put together a Neanderthal skeleton backwards because they don't want it to look too human, because clearly the Bible says that we are made in the image of God and only man is made in the image. Whatever, just bullshit. Anybody who's reading the Old Testament and taking it seriously is a moron. The Old Testament, admit it to yourself, if you've read it, which most people haven't, it's garbage. The New Testament, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of the lie being spread too, yes. There were a lot of civilizations before what we think of as history. Prehistory, there were a lot of very, very advanced civilizations, and by very advanced, I don't mean that they had computers. They didn't have fucking DVRs. It's not like they had a car like the way we think of cars as transportation. They had other types of advancements. For one, I really do believe that they had harnessed somehow, and I'm not really sure how, but they had harnessed the electricity that is all around us, which is, of course, what Tesla wanted to do. And they found traces of cocoa in Egyptian mummies and also nicotine. Now, the way that the anthropologists and archaeologists have explained this, sit down because you're not going to believe how fucking dumb this is. They said that there was clearly a type of cacao or coffee, two different plants, and clearly there was tobacco that all grew in Africa at one point, and it's all been extinct now. And not only is it extinct, but we've found absolutely zero evidence of it. We found zero evidence of this. It's just got to be there, though, because clearly, if it's not that, then it's pre-Columbian contact with the New World, and that's the third rail. You don't want to touch that. That's like using the A word. If you use the A word when you're talking to anthropologists or archaeologists, well, it's just not done. You just don't do it, ever. So, we don't talk about pre-Columbian contact with the New World, and we don't use the word Atlantis. Oops. I said it. Oh, it's bad. That's bad. That's not good. Let me tell you something. That's not good. No. Yeah, you can't. How's Trip? Hmm. I haven't seen him since the fall. Is that where you were going with that? Because I'll go there. I'll go there. Tricks. So I'm on two different platforms. I'm multitasking or multi-platforming, uh, simulcasting, if you will, on two different social platforms. There's the always entertaining and never ever believable TT, and then there's YT, TT, YT, YouTube. Which, by the way, if you're not on YouTube following me, go. You like the Peaky Blinders bat better? It's too late, man. I've already got this one on now. I'm comfortable with it. You're just gonna have to sit for the whole rest of this live stream with this on my head. It's just the way it's gonna be. What is this? Is this a Stetson? A Bailey? Duh. It's a Bailey. You turn it down and look very dapper. Hi, my name's Dapper. Dapper Dan. Although it's interesting, when you've got a blonde mustache, it doesn't look the same. Guys with like Magnum PI with that big ass mustache, I look cool. I don't know about this. I'm gonna have to chew on this for a while. I might go back to a full-on beard. I don't know. So anyway, there's nothing to talk about. I know. That's the first time I think I've ever said that on a live stream, as far as like silver. But you know what do you guys want me to talk about? Thank you, thank you. What do you want me to say about silver? It's exploding. It's nuts. It's going to keep going. Like there's no stopping it at this point. It is exploding. So that's what there is to talk about. Is YouTube channel still big and corn fed? Yes. Yes, I did have a goatee, but I didn't always have a beard. And I've never had just a mustache. Never have I ever just had a mustache. And I'm kind of wondering, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about just a mustache. I think it might make me look just a little too CIA. Are you on YouTube? Yes, I am on my YouTube right now. Big and corn fed. Outstanding. I think it looks good. All right. I'll give it a couple days. I need to get some sun because, my face is kind of pink right now and it should be dark, dark red, as it always is when I get more than 3 minutes of sun. Is there such a thing as a 100 ounce, 1 gram bars? (100 ounce, 1 gram bars. There are 100-gram sheets, and you break off the little grams all by themselves, which until recently I would say that's stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you have 1 gram of silver? It's expensive and the price isn't high enough to justify. Yeah, it is now. It is now. And by the way, if it's an entire let's say it's a kilo. No, it can't be a kilo because that would be a sheet, like huge sheet. But let's say that it's, obviously if it's an ounce, it's what, 31 grams. So it would be a 3 point something, 3.4, 3.5. It'd be 100 grams. And yes, I do see sheets of 100 grams, and you can break off the little grams. I figured that's what you were talking about. Yeah. And the thing is, I've had lots of them. I've probably got them around here somewhere. I just have to unpack them still. But those little tiny grams. At one point, those grams were worth $1. With 3 hours to go on my birthday, you're gonna make it. You'll make it, no question. It was they were worth $1 a piece. $30 for an ounce. Well, now they're worth over $3 each, and that's going to keep going up. Pretty soon, it'll be $5 a piece, and when it hits 150, there'll be $5 per gram. Which the insane part of that is, think about what gold is, because gold is now what, $150 a gram, more than that probably. Let's just find out. Let's go there, and let's take this and pull it over here. No, you son of a gun, you. Okay. Oh wait, no, that didn't work either. I'm trying to be clever. No, that didn't work either. Okay, so there, and then, nope. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I got you. There we go. I did it. All right, so now let's go to, let's see what Zero Hedge has to say about all this nonsense. That was silver. American-made ivermectin at a price you can't beat. Ivermectin? That's for horses. That's horse shit. Oh, and it seems to be really, really effective on COVID now that the pandemic's over. I wonder how that happened. By the way, the police in Minnesota are now saying, enough, ICE, go away. Didn't see that coming, but I guess when ICE starts fucking with the actual police in the area, that's never good for public relations. So there you have that. Let's see. Silver. Whoa, that's not a fucking funny story. That's a true story. Silver museum emptied in massive heist. Massive silver burglary in the Netherlands. So I guess the moral to the story, folks, is don't stick your silver in the nether regions or it could disappear. Goldman Waves warns stretch positions, and extremely bullish sentiment paves way for headline shock tipping point. God, can these dumb fuckers ever make anything less complicated? No. That's how they win. Trump suggests he can send $2,000 tariff rebate checks. To who? Tariff rebate checks. To us? Does it work on politicians? Well, they are parasites. I suppose if you give them enough, if you feed them enough ivermectin, they'll go away. Wow. That's pretty nasty. Go fuck yourself. I'm quoting. So don't get mad at me. They're different platforms. That's fake. What's fake? Politicians? Yeah, they're all fake. Ivermectin's real, but we weren't allowed to use it because it was horse-based. Until it wasn't horse-based, because it actually did win a Nobel Peace Prize in medicine. Yeah. And it looks like it might be very effective on certain types of cancer. They're doing the research on that one now. Let's see. Stocks rebound continues as geopolitical woes ease. There are no geopolitical wars. Just so we're woes. There are no woes. And the reason I say that is because there's no total war here. There's no real war. There's no actual war. There's no threat of a real war. This is all bullshit. Okay, just remember, it's all Bullshit. It's there to keep you busy. Man charged in YouTube threat to, not good what he said he's going to do to the feds. Gold volume panic builds as retail and CTAs pile in. Wow, gold monthly RSI at 95. True. That's true. Part of the price run up is due to the U.S. government buying up everything to build critical mineral stockpile. No, no, you're not wrong, Hummus, but that's only part of it. The real reason is there are 1 billion Chinese who can no longer own real estate. The number one way to make money to secure your future in China is to buy real estate. The real estate market, as I've been saying for 4 fucking years, is completely, totally in free fall. The largest developers in China are all completely defaulting on their bonds. It's a $36 trillion market that accounts for 16% of their GDP. And so because of that, they're trying to pivot very quickly to go to electronics to survive. Now, that's not an easy pivot, but it is possible with the probably close to 1 billion people they have. I know they say 1.4 billion. That's a lie. We have no idea how many people actually live in China, but we know that it's not even 1 billion anymore. And we know that the largest country in the world now, by far, is India, with about 1.4 billion people. So, having said all that, in order to pivot and go to electronics, they need a tremendous amount of silver. At the exact same time that the CCP has now made it legal for the average person to buy gold and silver in China. Chinese people aren't stupid. Think about the abacus. These people invented a calculator before there was a calculator. And the reason that I bring them up is because they are now starting to individually flood into the silver market. Think about this. The entire world's production of silver for an entire year, this year in 2026, is expected to be just over 800 million. The world supply is gone. If everyone in the United States buys 3 ounces, the world supply is gone. If everyone in India buys 3 ounces, that's several years' supply gone. Everybody knows that silver is the hot ticket, including all of the people in industry who have to have it. They don't want it, they have to have it. Real estate market is in a bubble. It's about to burst. Yes, it's our real estate market, though, is different than theirs because theirs was commercial and residential. Ours will be mostly commercial. The commercial real estate market in the United States is incredibly, incredibly overvalued at this point. Now, the good news is for us, it's about $15 trillion, which accounts for about 6% of our GDP. So, since we're not at 6% GDP, if you remove that, yes, we're now officially in a very bad recession. However, it's not going to go down like that. The thing that they have to have it. Yeah, absolutely. Here's how real estate works, and it's very different than the stock market, and it's why a real estate crash is something that you can get out of the way of. Okay, if you're looking at the real estate market, for instance, commercial real estate, you had a cap rate of 4.5%. That means how much you make per year. If you had a cap rate of 4.5%, at that point, you've got say a 2% mortgage and an 80% shit rate where people are renting it a fucking, what was it called? I'm brain dead right now. Occupancy rate. Thank you. Jesus. That just popped into my head. Occupancy. So you have an 80% occupancy rate. You have a 2% loan. You're making a cap rate of 4.5%. Right. Occupancy. So now all of a sudden you have, say, a 40% or 50% occupancy rate. So the amount of money coming in has dropped dramatically. And on top of that, let's go ahead and add, let's say, 5%. So now instead of 2%, you're paying 7%. Or let's say your credit's really good and you're only paying 5%. But that's still 3% more, plus all of the amount that you lost in occupancy. You're upside down. Now, what do people do when they're upside down their home? How much silver do you have? On me? None, but enough if you want some, Aaron. Um, People will fight for their home because it's their home, even though they feel like they got misled with the adjustable rate or whatever. They'll still fight for it. It's their home. That's where they live. These are not people who live in the high rises they own. These are commercial properties owned by commercial banks, the same people who eat their own children and will slit your throat for 30 cents. And when they go upside down in the numbers, they just walk away, period. So, will we see that over the course of the next year? Yes, absolutely. The commercial real estate market is much, 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 much bigger than the residential market, and it will collapse. You have at least one coin. We all heard it fall. Yes, absolutely. Actually, I have two because I've got my little silver dime. I'm gonna check the date on that. Yep, 57. Okay, good. It's still the silver one. I'd hate to spend the silver one and just have some useless piece of crap one sitting there. But yeah, I have here it is. The scales of justice. We all know how total bullshit that is. Okay. And then we've got this. It looks more like a pissed off puking chicken than an eagle, but whatever. It's an eagle. Yeah, silver sounds like silver, always. All right. Well, so live stream, what time is it? It's 7. I'm going to do a short live stream tonight because I'm super hungry. I've been moving, shuffling, doing stuff. I got people calling that I need to talk to about buying silver. I mean, look, it's hitting 100, and this is exactly what I said was going to happen. I told you guys it's going to the moon, and it is going to the moon. Russell, how's the Tascadero? Is it still cool? Still a cool place to live? Maybe I'll move back there one day. Have some more kids. I've only got 5 of them so far. I feel like I could have another 10 or 12. All righties. I would love to talk to you, buddy. Yeah, another 10, 12 kids would be good. See, the thing is, everybody says, well, you can't have that many kids, really? Because the birth rate, in order to keep the population the same in the United States, is 2.1 for every couple. Morro Bay. God, I remember when my parents moved to Morro Bay, I thought it was a curse. I was so pissed. We moved from Los Angeles to Morro Bay. And I was like, look, there's nothing here and no one here. But then I went down to the north end of Atascadero State Beach Park where all the rocks are, started tide pooling. Then I started reading about dolphins and whales and specifically orcas. And next thing I knew, I didn't mind living in Morro Bay anymore. And I didn't give a shit if there were any other kids because I had all that whole ocean to explore. It's pretty cool. So, yep, that is true. Kids are awesome, man. They're the real deal. Now they are offering financial advice. Who is? Huh. Who's offering financial advice, Bojangles? Oh, kept telling my family to buy. They didn't listen. Oh, okay. Are they offering financial advice like, oh, hey, Bojangles, you should buy silver? Because if they're not, tell them stick it and well, never mind. Don't tell them that. Just say, hey, this is 30 the first time. And if you had 1,000 today, let's see, what are we up today? This is gonna hurt. Well, I want you to tell them this because this is real. This is what this is what we're looking at here. Okay, silver, doink. So let's just look at one day. Oh wow. Holy shit, 1 month, it's up 38%. So if they had 1,000 ounces, let's see. Well, I can tell you if you had 1,000 ounces, you made $2,600 today. Just today, since this morning. If you had it for the last If you had it for the last 6 days, you've made $11,000 in 6 days. $11,000 in real money. Yeah. Yep. I know, man. I'm telling you, this is where it's at. So give me a call. Let me make you guys rich. Uh-oh. I got flagged for repeated misinformation, and I've been restricted to some audiences. Not so bad. That's pretty good. Normally it doesn't take me that long. I've been on here for a few minutes already, and now I'm finally getting flagged. Restrictions. Should use Trump savings accounts program. Other precious metals holding. Uh-oh, visibility is restricted now too. Boom, TikTok shop. TikTok. You should buy from the TikTok shop. Listen, I'm only telling you to buy from the TikTok shop because every single one of the ads I've gone to on the TikTok shop is a scam. Period. Every one of them. Never clicked on a silver ad and had it take me to an actual physical silver dealer. But they do promise to give you silver for $4 an ounce. I got to tell you, you can't beat $4 an ounce. You can't buy it for $4 an ounce either. But hey, who's counting? So, all right, you guys, good live. See you tomorrow. All right, both of the people that I've got on here, there's only 2 of you on here, so it's not like there's a lot of you being disappointed by the end of this. But I do appreciate you guys being on here, and I'm going to end the stream, but tomorrow I'm doing it again. I'm going to keep doing this live stream until I've got 1,000 people on here every time I do a live stream. That's just the way I'm going to do it.